There are a lot of places you can search for a startup checklist for launching a business. I am presenting my own spin on it, particularly for the Catholic mom entrepreneur in mind. That's what we're tackling today on the Possibility Mom Live. Like I said, you can do a quick Google search and it will yield you all kinds of things. Like you need a legal business company, you need to register a business, you need a domain, you need a website. Like you can go and find all of that on all kinds of other places on the internet. But what you're always going to get from me is coaching and resources that always fall in line with a Catholic anthropology. You're always going to get a mix of skill set and mindset. And so, what I am presenting here today are very much things that I want the Catholic mom to keep in mind around starting a business. And this topic is what I am exploring on the Possibility Mom Business Summit. I am so excited to let you know that I am back with another business summit, and it is going to be bigger and better than ever. The conversations I have had so far with these speakers that I'm interviewing have been just incredible. You can get your free ticket to join me at the Possibility Mom Business Summit at the link right below this video, the Possibility Mom Conference.com. You can take a look at some of the speakers who are going to be featured. I've got Dr. Greg Vitaro in this roundup. I've got Dr. Abigail Favale talking about stepping out beyond, we're talking about gender. I have got Tammy Hiska talking about what it's like in her experience to brand herself as a Catholic accountant for Catholic businesses. We just had an incredible conversation around that, and so many more. So I want to encourage you, go get that ticket, mark it in your calendar. I I cannot wait. I really want you to feel like you have attended business school and the best like retreat of your life. That's how I want it to feel at this year's Possibility Mom Business Summit. So go get your free ticket wherever you are listening to this in the description below. Alrighty. Start a business checklist. What are some things that the Catholic mom needs to consider? First thing, have you discerned it? As I mentioned, I have been hosting all of these interviews for my upcoming summit, and the topic of discernment is coming up again and again and again in all of the conversations that I'm having. Discerning it, and just number one, what does discernment look like? It looks like taking this to prayer and asking the Lord, is this what you want for my life? It looks like talking to your spiritual director, which I recommend every single mom, every single person gets. It looks like talking to your spiritual director and saying, hey, this is what I keep like hearing in my prayer time, in my journaling. It requires taking time of quiet and actually being able to have this conversation with the Lord. It requires being in relationship with the Lord. I could go on and on and on. But if we aren't starting here with this as the number one thing on our checklist, to me, this is a do not pass go, do not collect $100 or $200, whatever it is. Like, just this is paramount. This needs to be the very, very first thing on the list of a Catholic mom start a business checklist is, have you discerned it? And we are going to be providing on my upcoming summit at the end of August some resources, interviews, tools in which you can discern if you are meant to be in business or not. So, have you discerned it is the number one thing on a checklist. Number two, do you have your husband's buy in? Now, This, I think, is a really interesting one. There was a book recently that got published called Ask Your Husband that caused quite the stir. So it might sound like, is that what you mean by this? Like ask your husband and whatnot. But, here's the thing I'm going to tell you, it will be enormously easier for you to pursue business as a Catholic mom if you have your husband's buy in. What do I mean by buy in? I mean that you have a conversation and you say, this is what I'm thinking of. This is where I have discerned that the Lord has been really like calling me to use my gifts to serve the church, to serve, be a good steward of my gifts and talents. This is where I'm feeling called. What do you think? And, buy-in, I think, can look like 2 feet completely in the pool with you and in the deep end with you in a good way. And buy-in can also look like, I'm just going to put my toe in the water. Let's do this cautiously and carefully and see what happens. But I do think that it is essential that you have buy-in in some regard. And on the summit coming up, I'm going to be bringing on my husband to talk about how we got to that place of his buy in, as well as what it has looked like in the past and in very recent past as well, just discernment in general. How much do we pursue? What does that look like in terms of time? Who works primarily? Who is like, how do we share that responsibility of all the things that come when you have a family, especially as many children as we do? And so, do you have your husband's buy in? My husband, Josh, and I are going to be sharing very candidly on this topic in my upcoming summit. Getting buy in, super, super important. It's going to make your life just from a practical element a lot easier. But it's just essential, to be honest, in a similar way that having discerned it is essential, because it is going to impact um, how you operate in a family, even if you are going to do this in the margins of your motherhood in very small pockets of time. I think it's a really, really excellent idea that you talk about it with your husband. All right. Number 3, similarly to what I just discussed, have you set aside specific time for your business so it remains a priority? I talk with Catholic moms all the time about this topic, and it's like funny to me that sometimes we can think, "Oh, well, how come like I'm not further ahead in my goals?" And then I will always ask, "Okay, show me how you're spending your time." And there's a lot that can be said about doing an audit and just like examining how you spend your time, because I think a lot can be revealed. But the gosh darn honest truth is that a business will require activities. It will require things like talking about your business online. It will require, or if you're going to pursue that as a mechanism for you to market your business, it's going to require creating things that may take time. And so, what I encourage everyone to do is the same way that you would schedule a doctor's appointment for your child, in the same way that you would schedule a conference with one of your kids' teachers, in the same way that you would schedule and show up for something important, that you actually schedule time to move forward your business goals and you show up for that priority like you would anything else in your life. In this year's business summit, I have created an incredible resource, and it comes with buying the VIP pass. So my conference is free all weekend long. You get access to all of the interviews and the live event free all weekend. But there is a way that you can purchase the VIP pass, which gives you unlimited access to the interviews, no time limit, but it also gives you access to some incredible resources. And if I can share it with you quickly, I'm actually going to share my screen and show you one of them. It is a make time for your business worksheet. And what I did in this resource is I have taken the principles I teach in one of my courses, the business buffet. I have taken the 6 things in buffet, it's an acronym, and I've put them into a worksheet. And I'm going to share my screen with you because I think it's worth showing. This is what the resource looks like. I have essentially, like I said, your B, which is for mindset. The U is for understanding your audience. The F for free content. F for funnel. E for your email list and engagement. And T, trust for the final sale. And I've taken activities necessary for each of these things and put them into a spreadsheet. This is only available for people who purchase the VIP pass. So it's really, really worth your while to grab it. I've given you a work block calculator for how to figure out how many hours you can work in the margins of your motherhood, and then a way for you to transfer the business activities into your calendar. And I want to highlight what I say here is that I think it's really important that 50% of your activities are income related activities. And so if you've only got, let's say, 5 hours, so you're going to only work 1 hour a day, Monday to Friday, or maybe it's 30 minutes like in the morning and 30 minutes when the kids go to bed. That's the only time you're going to work. I think it's really important that you spend at least 50% of those hours, so 2.5 hours of them, doing activities that will directly impact your income. So, meaning like it is income producing, you are making offers, you are sending emails, you are delivering the product or service. I would count that as an income producing activity, and marketing it because that's how you're going to, get the sale. So, you've got to put these in your calendar. And so if you want access to that resource that I just showed you, feel free to grab the VIP pass. And you can find that by clicking on the link and registering for the conference. It will prompt you to get the VIP pass. And then my last tip for a start a business checklist is, do you understand business success can take time? I just did a reel over on my Instagram. And if you go to my business page on Facebook, Lisa Canning, the Possibility Mom, every single day before the summit, I'm going live with a short 5-minute teaching. 5 minutes of coaching, totally free. The only, honestly, if you feel like you get value from these videos, may I encourage you as a way to, contribute to my cause, so to speak, is share these videos because I really would love to help Catholic moms who want to start and grow their businesses. I just went live on my business page talking about this exact topic, that we have got to treat our businesses with the same tenderness and the same patience that you would a small baby. I've heard this expressed in multiple ways by various business gurus and experts and coaches that I follow. And this is so much more relevant to me with 9 small kids. Well, I have big kids, but small kids, 9 kids total. Is the same way when a child walks for the first time and then stumbles and falls, you don't get mad at it. In fact, the opposite. You just get on the floor, you look in the baby's eyes, and you cheer them on. When they're taking those first tentative steps, nobody gets mad at a baby for not knowing how to walk. May I encourage us to have that same tender compassion for our businesses, hold our businesses like we would a baby, and not beat ourselves on the head, not, what's the word? Not pour on the shame and the guilt when things don't go as planned in your business. To have that mindset, that tender compassion and patience for your business is such an important checkbox to have when you are starting a business. I am so excited to be back with another business summit. It is a thrill to do these summits. It is a tremendous amount of work, but it is something that my beautiful mindset coach, we did an interview for my summit, and I was bringing her this thought This is a tremendous amount of work. And it was so fascinating. She was like, "Lisa, can I challenge you? Can we look at this thought a little bit differently? What if we look at it as tremendous work?" So it went from, this is a tremendous amount of work. And then she was like, "What if we just looked at this like tremendous work?" And then I flipped it around a little bit and I said, "This work is tremendous." I'm going to leave you with a short clip of some of the interviews you get access to on the Possibility Mom Business Summit coming up August 26th through 28th. Grab your completely free ticket at the possibilitymomconference.com, and I will see you there.
Always going to the Lord first, speaking his promises over us, remembering who we are as daughters of the King. He has all the money in the world.
Like, I would love to see like a shift in our thinking about the workplace.
But when we're discerning and we're really listening to God's voice, we find the right path and the grace is given.
God dreams bigger than we will ever.
So get rid of like what you think you can do, and instead just say, all I have to do today is love Jesus with my talents.
Like, you can take whatever your passion is, and you'd be surprised how many other people have the same passions and they're looking for somebody like you.
You can be Catholic and successful in business, believe it.
God has a different plan, or he has a focus for you, and you have to give him time and space to show that to you.
Step one, like, be humble and recognize what you don't know and ask for help.
Ask him to reveal to them what is their unique mission and what are their unique gifts,